if you like the prospect of having the most technology in your golf clubs ever, these could be the irons for you. Hi everyone, my name is James and welcome back to this YouTube channel. Today we're talking Tour Edge Exotics E725 irons. Now these are potentially the irons where if you want a TPU insert, if you want a carbon badge on the back, if you want a 3D diamond face and you want a 360 undercut, these could. Sounds like your haircut, that Bob, doesn't it? A 360 undercut. It could be the club for you. So these are designed to go a long way. They are designed to be incredibly forgiving. So we're going to put them to the test today, both out here in the golf course and of course in the studio for numbers, and see just if they could be the clubs for you. Now, I'm well aware that these irons will have to do a lot to find their way in a lot of people's bags, because we have fantastic offerings from Callaway. TaylorMade are still smashing it with their hollow body design irons. PXG now have that fantastic market of irons as well, and there's lots and lots of D2C brands as well that could potentially be fantastic value. So what do Tour Edge have to do to find their way into your bag? Guys, get in the comments below and let me know, what do you think Tour Edge would have to do? Do they have to create an iron that is the best looking iron ever? It's sleek, it's sexy, the design just really makes you want to go and... I don't think it's that, but if you want performance, if you want forgiveness, if you want all that good stuff, to be honest, this could be the iron for you. So we're going to kick off with the 9 iron here, and you can see we have that massive wide sole on the bottom there. That is designed to help you with turf interaction. It's designed to help you get, to be honest, just that ultimate forgiveness. And that 360 undercut we're going to get into a little bit later on, together with the TPU and all the rest of the technology, because Tour Edge have basically gone, look, we're very smart. The boffins here are very, very clever. How much tech can we put in this iron to make golf easier? So that's essentially what they've done. Now we've got 150 yards, which usually would be an 8 iron for me. We've got 9 iron, and as you can see on screen, the size of this face is huge. It's a little bit like me at the moment, massive, but it's also bulging a little bit.
Look at those hands.
Bob, there's no need to go there, is there? There's no need to go there at all, but it does look like the top line's nice and thick, plenty of offset, and these are designed just to really make golf a bit more forgiving. Now, what I wouldn't anticipate is a really nice feeling club. Like, that was, look where that's gone.
What a shot.
So first shot with these, and that's like 5 feet away. So one thing I would say, and a lot of people might be commenting on this video saying, James, it's all good and well, you're a PGA professional, you should be able to hit good golf shots, but you also have to hit the shots. So a lot of people will think, oh, they're high handicappers clubs, they're beginners clubs, gone. Whereas in fact, you could potentially be thinking about what irons would you want in the bag? Would you want these long irons in the bag maybe, these mid irons, or would you just like a nice set of forgiving irons in total? Because I feel like that's the way golf's going. I feel like there's that many potential clubs now out there for people just to make golf easier, make it more accessible. We did, as a golfing community, together, a fantastic job after the pandemic in getting people into this game. It's outside, it's fun, there's fresh air, it's exercise, all that good stuff. It is, however, keeping those people in the game, which could prove to be the issue. The bubble could soon burst and everyone goes back to like darts or bowling or whatever. I don't know what people were doing before that, but generally we want to keep people in. Now, by making golf a little bit easier, that's potentially what Tour Edge could be doing here. These are actually a really good price as well. I'll put the exact price on screen, but they are probably half the price of some of the other big name brands. So what else do they have to do? I mean, I've hit one good 9 iron and I'm kind of waxing lyrical here, and that was a bit duffy, to be honest. What can we do with a good one? It feels like it has no right. That's going exactly the same distance, hasn't it? It feels like it has no right to sound as good as it does, because you look at the head, like literally, let's just take a second and just look at that head. Like, that doesn't look, you know what it reminds me of? The old Big Berthas. Yeah. It really does remind me of that. So you can see we've got that lovely kind of carbon TPU badging on the back. It does have that obviously hollow body design to help with what we're trying to do. Now, realistically, I feel like Tour Edge are doing everything they can do, especially in the United States, because they're a big name in the United States, Tour Edge Exotics. I feel like here in, well, Europe, in the UK, we don't really see them that much. They're not in pro shops. They're not in like Dick's Sporting Goods that we don't even have here, or American Golf or anything like that. So they almost have to reach out to people like us, myself and Chris and Gaz and people like that, Rick and Mark and Pete and everyone, to bring them to you and show them to you. But most of our audience is American anyway, so you probably see these anyway and think, oh, well, we know what they are, James. They're a bit of a hidden gem here in the UK. And the issue is if you can't try them, you're probably not going to part with even the money that they are, even though they're cheaper. Right, come on. How about this going in, Bob? I've just tried to hit that a bit hard and I've pulled it, but that might just kick in, and it has done, yeah.
Oh.
That's the bounce we want, isn't it? So the beauty about that is I've pulled it, and I'm quite pleased I've shown you that shot, because even a flat pull there, where the spin rate will have dropped off massively, it's still flag high, it hasn't gone 20, 30 yards longer. And that's where some of these technologies can be massive for you guys who do want that element of consistency. Yes, you want to hit it a long way, but you don't want to hit it a long way, then not a long way, and then a long way. It needs to just be a long way across the board. I'm pleased with that. So 3 shots, and you can see we've got some decent stopping power on this one. This is the one that kind of rolled in nicely. So again, it's within that nice 2 or 3 yards front to back dispersion. And the first one we hit, if the greens weren't as good here at Woolley Park, might have actually released and gone in. But again, for the stopping power of an iron like this, I think the technology is really shining through, that we can generate that spin rate to get the stopping power. And it's not just a case of hitting it as hard as you can and relying on landing angle, because sometimes with an iron like this, that's what you do rely on. But for me, really happy with that so far. So usually in these reviews, I will be uber professional. I'll learn the tech and I'll make sure that I don't read it off a script. But there's that much in these clubs, I want to make sure that I get it for you. So they do feature an extreme low rewarded CG position, which is 10% lower in design and produces an extremely high MOI and deeper CG, which we kind of get. We have the VibraCore technology, which isn't a new thing. We've seen that in the Tour Edge Exotics irons before, but this is a high-grade TPU strategically injected into the deep 360 undercut pocket. So that's almost like a kind of through slot speed pocket on hybrids and stuff. That's going to really help you on those low face hits. We also have the 3D diamond face. So there's 103 total diamond shapes on the 3D face, and I believe there's 92 on the C725, because we filmed that yesterday, and I do remember that. So more kind of iterations of that. Multi-material carbon, which is that kind of thing on the back. That's what gives it the acoustics. And of course the TPU badge. Then the 360 undercut, which we spoke about, and you can see that. It's nice to show you this actually. So that is basically that through slot speed pocket. So that's where you're going to get loads of forgiveness on the low face. Sole, rail, heel and toe relief as well. So that's where you've seen the divots we've been taking. Absolutely exceptional. Now, I feel like, really, if you're in the market for something like these, there are a lot to go at, and they do almost look a bit like, I mentioned the Big Berthas earlier, probably like, do you remember the TaylorMade Stealth?
Yeah.
They had the carbon on the back, didn't they, as well? We're a long way out here. We have the 7. Shall I tell you exactly how far we are out? Because the Milesy will tell us. Should be about 180, I do believe. 202. So for a 7 iron, it's playing 195, but for a 7 iron, this is a long way. Now, what I don't want is just like a really powerful, like, oh, I've hit a 7 iron 200 yards. I want to see a nice flighted shot. I want to see it land softly. I don't want to see it bounding down there. So, plenty of offset. Huge, like, this face does look huge. So if you want confidence inspiration, it could be the one for you. Look how high that's gone as well.
Sounded really nice.
It did, didn't it? It sounded fantastic. And that has landed on the green as well.
How tough's that pin?
It's a, yeah, this is the thing. It's not a pin we're going to go at, Bob. That's a red light pin or a red flag pin. Should we try? This is my concentration, isn't it?
Literally 10 seconds ago. We're not going to go at that pin. Shall I try it?
Yeah, we might as well have a go, won't we?
Try it.
It's into the wind a bit as well, so that's going to help it stop. Feel like Big Al.
Great shot.
I test golf clubs a lot. That has landed on the green and just stopped.
Mm.
And I'm not going to say that this is like the best iron ever or the best sounding. A lot of people think I do that a lot, and like I think often that you can really see the design of that sole there on the 7 as well, can't you? How that's designed to kind of help, almost like V-steel technology on an iron. But there's a lot of thought, a lot of R&D, a lot of effort go into golf clubs like this. So I do like to give them the reward if they do something well. And I think, can we replay those sounds? They sounded good, didn't they? Sounded really good. Turf interactions absolutely perfect. And I'm hitting these hard. I'm like proper trying to smash these because I feel like I can, and I feel like I'm going to get the forgiveness I need. We've gone at the flag on the last one and we're not far away. Oh, look at that, Bob. Would you say that's gone a lot higher than my normal shot?
Yeah. Wow.
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 Right, let's get down there and see where they've finished, because honestly, they've got no right to feel and sound that good, is what I'll say. So if you're in the market, it could be a good one. We've got the pitching wedge to go with now, and this is where it might be the wrong club for a lot of people. And I'll explain as we go along. So from 200 yards out, I think it's like that's the middle one we hit that's on the green. The final one has just released out, which is a bit of a shame because I did say that's kind of what I personally didn't want. It does make it difficult if the long irons aren't going to stop very quickly. But then the demographic of golf that these irons are designed for, that's probably down the list of their priorities of what they're trying to get at. And the first one we hit was there. Spoiler alert, this is a very difficult green to hit anyway, and we've been going at that flag. So I think we've hit some pretty good shots in there, and it does kind of pander off to that way. So all in all, really happy with those. But I do feel like that last shot, it must have landed a bit short for it not to stop because it's come down that high. And I do feel like it had the spin to get there, potentially. It could be a bit too powerful for a lot of people. Let's talk wedge, because this could be a make or break. Right, so the pitching wedge, you know what, I'd love to test a long iron, but I don't know why, but I don't know if this was a mishap, but Tour Edge didn't send one. They sent 7, 9 and wedge, which is, I can only imagine that's an error on their part, but I'm going to test the ones I've sent. So the wedge, as you can see, looks big, looks clumbersome, which might be an issue for some golfers, and the offset on there, to be honest, the offset isn't too bad, but that top line's nice and thick. Now, what I'm going to try and do here is, first of all, get an exact yardage, because that was my New Year's resolution, do you remember? I feel like I'm picking it up in April, but we are trying to get more accurate shots. How far would you say this is?
100.
120, playing 119.
I'm so bad at guessing.
That's miles away, isn't it? So, a full one of these is about 140 yards. Can we take it off and can we get it to stop kind of near that yardage? How nice was that flight?
Wow.
It's done everything I wanted it to do, hasn't it? Like even there, the offset, because I'm partial. You can see the strike location here. I've hit that just out the toe. But I am partial to potentially missing the odd wedge shot to the right and the left. But I feel like there, did you see it kind of drew a bit?
Yeah.
Yeah, the offset kind of helped me a bit, didn't it? So I've not really tried to do much with that. I've just took it back to about a 70% swing and just moved through it. That could be the right distance again. And I think it's fair to say, you know, there's no issue with stopping power at all there. Like, they've both stopped. I'd say that's well, I don't say it's a back flag. So it's certainly a flag where you will potentially, if the irons are wrong for you, not go in with this shot, because if it bounces long, you're short-sided, you'd have had an absolute nightmare. You'd probably play one a little bit more like kind of low and just release down like that. But we've shown there really that the versatility of these clubs, just hit the other ball. The versatility of these clubs is up there and very, very good. I'm not going to say it's the best. I'm going to say it's like a blade or a forged cavity, because it's not. But it's certainly workable and certainly worth thinking about. Look where I've hit all those from. You wouldn't think that, would you?
No.
I'm impressed with that. Thanks for watching. See you all at the same time tomorrow. Okay, so numbers for this absolute powerhouse of an iron. Now, we know it shocked me out on the golf course, and potentially we've set a flag out here at 189 yards. Now, this is a 7 iron. I might be biting off more than I can chew. We'll cross that bridge when we come to it. I thought I'd put it at 179, but I'm willing to give this a go and honestly think that we can potentially try and get there. That is an Exocet missile towards that flag. Insanely low backspin. And you can see that's within, that's literally like 4 feet away from the flag. 179 carry. Now, this is a bit of a mistake because this is a brand new system. It's my first time actually on the new GolfSon system and I'm loving it, but I thought I'd put that at a different distance. It's come out insanely low spin. It's still launched nice and high. That is the toeiest ball flight ever. And it's still going, it's still going, it's still going. It's pitched 166 and I've almost missed the grooves with that. So when I was out on the golf course, I actually hit this really, really well and struck it nicely. It's nice to actually get in here in the studio, to be honest, and miss-hit it. The backspin was higher on the toe strike than it was the good strike. So that kind of tells you what these clubs are all about in layman's terms. James, you don't even need to hit the face. Like, I've just been testing some really nice forged looking irons, 7 irons, and I was further back, and that was the good shot with them. So your bad shot, the thing's going to be the consistency. I'm trying to be honest, I'm trying to nuke one to see if I really catch one like that. How far does that go? It's plenty high enough. There's 6,000 spins, so it's not the end of the world. Pitching 180, and again, it's released up to that 185, pretty close to that GolfSon pin here in the studio. So these aren't going to be for everyone. That's the biggest understatement of the century. But I certainly feel like they're for someone. They're for someone who wants that element of distance, who wants to make golf a little bit easier. And they don't feel bad. That's my biggest shock with these, because the C725, they look a little bit better. They feel really, really good. They've got that element of you can interchange the weights for the fitting and stuff. But that's carried 173 and 181 with a real bad hit. So, guys, get in the comments below, could you see yourself using these? Let's get back out there and see just how they perform on the course. What about the low one? Can we hit it low? One more, sorry, one more. I want to play that punch. I can't see it being the most versatile club in the world, but if I can really gouge. Oh, you can. Oh, wow, they are. Side spin, 1. Okay, that's frightening. That's the perfect yardage as well. I give up. I honestly give up. I'm just no good at testing clubs anymore because I don't know.